Welcome back to FundaTech Insights, the show where we break down Wall Street without breaking your brain. Today, we're diving into one of the loudest tickers on retail radar, CLSK, CleanSpark. And with me is our resident analyst, Maddie, who has read more earnings reports than I've read lunch menus.
That's unfortunately true, but yes, CleanSpark, ticker COSK, has been on fire lately. They're
Hold up, before you drop the fire, give us the basics. Who are these people, and why is everyone yelling about them on Twitter?
okay, basics first. CleanSpark is a digital infrastructure and Bitcoin mining company that's dipping its toes, well, splashing, into the AI and high-performance computing world. Think massive data centers, massive power consumption, and massive opinions from retail traders.
So they mine Bitcoin and chase AI? That's like being a DJ who also sells real estate.
Oddly accurate, but it's working, and the market's been reacting to it. CLSK has been trading around the mid-$13 lately. Tons of volume, like tens of millions of shares a day. It's basically the stock market's version of Times Square. Noisy, bright, chaotic, and probably someone trying to sell you something.
Mostly hope. And memes. Don't forget the memes.
Always the memes. The company's market cap floated around $3 to $4 billion recently, and volume has been insane after their big earnings release.
Speaking of earnings, people were either celebrating or screaming into pillows. What actually happened?
Oh, they crushed it. Their fiscal 2025 results showed about $766 million in revenue, roughly double from last year. Net income swung from losses to more than $360 million in profit. That's the financial equivalent of going from ramen packets to steak dinners.
I knew you'd work a flu metaphor in there.
Look, hunger fuels analysis. They also posted over $800 million in adjusted EBITDA, yes, that is a big number, and announced expansions in power capacity and data center development. And then they sprinkled in some financing deals, including a Bitcoin-backed credit facility with Coinbase.
Wait, so they used Bitcoin to take out a loan to mine more Bitcoin?
Correct. Crypto inception. Anyway, they're also making noise around AI, hiring execs, contracting new power capacity, positioning themselves as a hybrid mining and HPC player. That narrative is helping the stock stay relevant even when Bitcoin sneezes.
And Bitcoin does sneeze loudly, like a dad in a restaurant.
Exactly. And that's one risk. CLSK is still very tied to crypto, but that pivot toward AI-related data centers is what analysts are watching closely.
Speaking of analysts, are they cheering or clutching their pearls?
Mixed but leaning positive. We've got targets all over the board, from the low 20s to the high 20s. Macquarie tossed out a $27 target. B. Riley went with 22 after adjusting their model. Most ratings are in the buy zone, though with a healthy dose of don't blame us if Bitcoin crashes tomorrow.
So basically, we like it, but please don't email us about your losses.
That's the analyst creed. On the technical side, support levels around the $10-12 area, resistance up near the $18 to $24 band, and yes, that 52-week high is around $23 plus. If CLSK can break into that zone again, momentum traders will throw a party.
Probably in a Discord server at 2 a.m.
Guaranteed. And speaking of retail, short interest is huge. Around 26 to 30% of the float has been reported short, which is why everyone whispers short squeeze like it's Beetlejuice.
Say it 3 times and the stock jumps 20%.
Only on Reddit. In reality, days to cover is around 2-ish, so a squeeze could happen, but you need big, sustained buying pressure. It's more of a volatility turbocharger than a guaranteed rocket ship.
Okay, so bottom line, why is everyone obsessed?
Because you got a company doubling revenue, swinging to profitability, expanding into AI infrastructure, and sitting on a pile of short interest. It's like catnip for retail traders. But it's also heavily tied to Bitcoin, so investors need to buckle up emotionally.
And financially.
Yes, and financially.
Maddie, that was awesome. Informative, slightly chaotic, just like CLSK itself. Thanks for breaking it down.
Anytime. All right, that's all for today's episode of FundaTech Insights. Remember, folks, this isn't financial advice, just mildly entertaining market therapy. Now, please let me go eat something before I start comparing EPS to tacos again.